Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video, and this is going to be a quick guide just on my artifacts and skills that I'm using on my free-to-play. I actually had a request from somebody below in the comments. I'll actually briefly pull it up on the screen here. So this was from my previous video I did, free-to-play guide on Egress on hard, how to clear that. And so yeah, I think shout out to God Gaming for this video that I'll be making right now. So yeah, I'll just jump straight into it. So for free to play, it is obviously a little bit trickier because you're limited on resources and what you can really do, but at least in terms of my artifacts, I'll cover that first. I am using the solid foundation set. I think this is probably one of the better sets in the game, excluding the newer gear from the workshop of Brilliant Light. Once I'm able to unlock that, which I'll be getting to very soon on my free to play, then the gear from here will be better, in my opinion. So I'm just kind of waiting to get that gear. But in the meantime, yeah, I think that the solid foundation set's really good. What we're really looking for is attack and crit damage, attack, crit rate, and crit damage. So all those three, those are like the best stats in terms of damage on JINWOO. So I was just kind of looking for attack on the helmet, crit. I'm looking for crits. I didn't get attack here, but it's okay. I got attack on this, no crit, but I think on my boots, yeah, I got crit rate and attack, so not bad. And obviously I think for the main stat on the boots, you'd want to go either crit damage or attack here, if you're able to get that. But that's what I'm using on the left hand side. There's a couple other artifact sets that are like decent on JINWOO. You could either use the high ranking, the destroyer set, or you could also use the black lion set, but I think that these aren't as good as the solid foundation because this one increases user's attack, this increases the power gauge, but this does both, right? So you're kind of getting two sets in one with the solid foundation set. So I like this one as the best set for JINWOO as free to play in the meantime. And then on the right hand side, I think you have to go with the expert set for the beast jewelry. This is just going to be the best for increasing his attack because it stacks, right? So when landing a crit hit, it has increased chance to do 0.8% attack, but it can stack to 100 times. So that's pretty insane. And then obviously the 4 set is really good as well. So on here I was looking for like crit damage and attack, just again same thing. So I didn't get attack here, but I got attack there but no crit damage. But then I think so I'm missing a little bit of crit damage, so I do want to upgrade these as soon as possible. Like I mentioned, free to play, you're a little bit limited on what you can really use and how much you can farm. But we can take a look at my total stats here. So I have about 70% precision. I want to get this to 80%, honestly, at the minimum. Some people even have it at 90%. Crit rate is pretty good. 50% is the max, so I'm pretty close to the max crit rate, so that's actually pretty good. I'm low on crit damage, though, so I'm going to need to increase my crit damage. Want it at least probably, honestly, like 150%. It's kind of like ideal. Being 90% is quite low in my opinion, but like I said, yeah, limited in the meantime. So hopefully I'll get that increased in the future. Then for my skills for Egress in story mode and also instant dungeons, he's weak to break, so you'd want to go abilities with break. Now this video in terms of the skills might get a little outdated pretty quickly. I believe Netmarble is doing some adjustments. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Some adjustments to Sung Jinwoo's skills. So some of the other ones that like nobody uses, right? Like these ones at the top. I think that they might be buffing these a little bit. I could be wrong, but they just want to kind of balance out the skills, which makes sense. Just because there's some strong ones and some weak ones. But in the meantime, what I'm using before the July 10th update, I'm using multi-strike. It's really up to you what runes you want to use. Sometimes you can even change these around based on which element that the boss is weak to. So for example, for Egress, you might want to change over to this light one because Egress is weak to light. So it's up to you if you have those unlocked. And then the other skill that I'm using is Death Stance. Now this is one of my favorite skills in the game. Just super cool, does a lot of damage, obviously has heavy break. So yeah, I think that this is the other best for break damage. And then if you guys don't need break damage, like if you're fighting a boss that doesn't have a break bar, I would make a second loadout here. I think the other two best skills in the game would be Commander's Touch with Black Hole. I think there's also some epic ones that are good, but I just like Black Hole because it groups them together. And then you can either go Cutting Rush or Vital Strike. So these are the Two, it's up to you which one maybe you have leveled up more. And then Commander's Touch is what I would go for the second build. The last thing that I'll briefly touch on are Blessing Stones, and I don't really have that many, so I'm just kind of using some basic ones. Now, actually, I can probably get rid of the daily quest once you kind of reach a certain threshold. This is like a beginner game, a Blessing Stone, so you're not really going to use this end game unless like you're dying a lot for some reason. But so you can probably replace this and use something else. There's some decent ones here, but I think that I like the Camouflage, which is pretty good. The Conqueror of Adversity is pretty good, so I think these two are good. And then for the third one, it's really up to you. You could probably use anything, in my opinion, as long as it's decent. And oh, I guess I didn't mention stats, but I mean, I just focus on attack. I have a little bit of crit and a little bit of precision just because I don't have it on my gear fully yet. But once I get that on my gear, what you'd want to do later in the game is you can get rid of these and just go straight into attack pretty much for the most part. Maybe keep a little bit of precision just to make sure you're at 80 or 90%. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Didn't want to drag it on too long, so I hope this helped for you guys' free-to-play accounts. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns down below in the description. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.